other islands of a group of islands from Juke. So anyway, I speak both language, and I live in Olympia, Washington. But yeah, I'm gonna do the tapioca con. I want to share with everybody. So this is how I just want to start it out like the raw. Let me or welcome me to demonstrate the tapioca con. First, I roll up my apron, made for my son when he was 8, and roll up my sleeves, and come on the water, wash my hands, so we can have fun. But first, I'm gonna show you guys what the tapioca looks like. I'm sure the rest of you guys know what it's like, but I'm gonna show on our video. So anyway, here we are. There we go. Here's the tapioca. As you can see, the basket made in Ponte. This is the gopo, you guys. Panapin. There's the anto to carry it around. This is where the Panapin girls always, or ladies, main thing, they kept their food and travel from one places to other places. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm gonna start out to take off the skin in the tapioca. But as we all know, we have to really make sure we take all the skin off because it's kind of a little tricky. There's one piece and there's the second piece. So you want to make sure you take all of it out. Oh, this is how we do in our island ways. Just watch carefully so you won't get your finger tangle up or hurt it. And it's very fun. As you know, when you get started out and just let the kids. The thing I really like about con, because even the little kids can involve, and that's how they, we do it in a group, and can be all different. Everybody in the village can come and help out. This is the tricky part. And we got there. Just kind of finish up with scraping it off. Got it all. Well done. And rinse it. And then when we're gonna start grading it. This is what I use. Because it's really easy to handle and control it, because it's kind of hard to really, to grade it. Like, you can tell. You have to put lots of muscles in there. You can hear it. So anyway, where I would recommend the best place to buy tapioca, we all know, it's from the Asian store. But some of the grocery store carry it too. They're kind of a little pricey, but whatever. And sometimes you have to really watch carefully the way when you buy it. It's like this. When you see, you can tell it's fresh. But if you see it's kind of, turn brown or, you can tell. That means it's not fresh. And you can sing along too. The music. Okay, getting close to that. But This is the best part. I want to share with everybody what I learned from my family when it comes to the, the woodsy part. It's the best fiber for your body. You just have to keep, create it until you know, have no more energy, or but keep getting it. I can feel it, the wood. See? I'm done with this. You know that I already created some before. That was just a show. That you can use it, take the skin off first and then create it. So anyway, there it is. Here's the meat. But for con, you have to squeeze it, which is we call, so you can get rid of that bitter water. So we use cheesecloth, but back home we really use the coconut husk. Yeah, they come from the tree. You have to send the boys to go out and carve it out. It's just really kind of like a cheesecloth, but it's fiber. And there we go. Here's the juice. You squeeze out the bitter juice. And you grab your bowl, which is this one is going to turn into your mixing bowl. Okay. And as what I really learned, that kind of like handful, it can make 1 cup. So just hold it. So when you squeeze it, it won't leak out. Pour it out this way and squeeze. As you can tell, the way it looks like. It's time to mold it out. And 1 more. So I think this will make like 3 cups for sure. We'll find that one. We'll make sure. Look at this. Isn't that fun? Just let your kids do, your daughter or your son do it. They're just squeezing it. Very fun. From my own experience, and I'm sure and my boys do. And they help me sometimes. All right. And this is the fun part. You make sure that you state this water, because this is where you got the starch. This water, because I will separate the starch you're gonna use to mix with the meat. Just you'll see when we go along. There we go. It's the last piece. Okay, Bruce, I have enough. That's all for today. I'm done. There we go. This is it. As you can, you will see. We're gonna let it sit for like 10 minutes for sure. I'll put aside. And then here's our band. Let me rinse it out. So here's the meat. Just imagine to let the kids to kind of, loosen up and or squeezing it. Very, very feel good. between the fingerings, you know. Very. And they're part of cooking it. You know, kids love to see what they're making. Okay. And we will add it with 2 tablespoons of sugar. Because I'm sure this is make 2 or 2.5 cups. Let's make sure, just what kind of make sure that we're talking about. Talking about the right way. Okay, there's 1. Yeah, it's 2 cups. It's all 2 cups. 2 cups, 2 tablespoons of sugar. And pinch of salt. And you just keep mixing it. And meanwhile, we're gonna do the coconut milk. We'll go with it. This is great. Beautiful. All right. Now we're gonna make a coconut milk. On our burner, it's better to put on medium. I like this brand. That's what the brand I use. I order online. But I always drain out the water. Some of the water.
Brand is it?
The water from the coconut.
What brand is it?
Oh, the brand, just a second. The brand is Royal Bean. This is my favorite one. Favorite kind. Okay. Lots of washing. And get my whisk. So when it comes to boil, you have to turn it down low. And main important thing, just keep mixing it because you don't want to be for people, for my family, you don't want to be a separate. You just have to be, you know, really smooth, just right. So because you're gonna pour on your you'll see when it comes to the end. And meanwhile, you can add it with 1 tablespoon of sugar. You don't want too much sweet. And just keep mixing it. You can see it steaming. It's a really delicate thing to do to nail your pouring on your cup, which is when I came here. My husband is a chef with a French restaurant. Chef. He's a really professional French cooking. And when he asked me to help him out for sauce, and I was like, oh, it's no problem. It's just like the way I grew up with it. You have to really make sure it's smooth, not too stiff or because you have to pour it in a really tasty and yummy looking.
When you were growing up making this on the islands,
Yes.
what was your kitchen like?
Oh my gosh, Sheeta, I'm glad you mentioned that. Think about that. Our old people, they use outside, outdoor, cooking, and they know how to control their fire so it won't be too out of control or with their food. What my mom would do, when you put all the woods in there, and then when make sauce, she would take the woods out, just the charcoals, and then just set it in a pot and coconut milk. But they need, from big, big pieces, and pour it in there. And this is what you do with but we use wood. Just keep mixing it. But here, you got whisk. So look back to our old people. It's really incredible and very strong.
What kind of tool did you use to grate the tapioca when you were growing up?
Oh my gosh. This island of Maka, they will make a crater out of the metal roof, or as the kids, see, it's pointing now. As the kids, I know it's alarming, but that's the way we grow up with. As the kids, remember sardine? Boys make this. My boys make this, my own boy. But I taught them how to do it. But this is how we grow up with. Our brothers, my brother, cousin, boys, they would do this, use hammer and nails. Make this for us to use it for everyday cooking. But when it comes to the huge party, that's when we make, we use the one. They will make a whole, koroy mat, a tin or flat one, and then they will mount it on the woods. So it can be like two women back and forth creating tapioca or, taro, or it's amazing. But that's how I grew up. But if you're talking about tapioca on my island, I don't know what to say. It's huge. They're so fat. We have to split in half, or 3 times for a little girl. Again, so they can hold on and crave it. So there we go. Here is the sauce. But you have to kind of really watch carefully from the end. So, see, I can tell that it starts to separate, but I have to turn down put on simmer. So there we go. Now I can leave it alone. Now, back to the tapioca meat. See, as you can tell, it starts separating. We call it bitter water. And we pour it out. This is the starch. Can you tell? See, there it is. At this amount of the meat, I will say 2 cups of water. Put it in. And I like to put this one. And mix it again. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Really, just perfect. Now I can switch into it using spatula. So that way I can scrape it from the end, the edge. And meanwhile, I have to pour in my water. All right. Okay. Now I'm gonna get the banana leaves. So anyway, here we go. Isn't that beautiful? And of course from Asian store again. Olympia have a great Asian store on Unfat. It's my favorite one to go shop. And you have to peel it really carefully because it's easy to tear like that piece. But I want to get the beautiful one. Not very much. Not going to be tear, which this one is. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. That's nice to serve. There you are. Yeah, but before I will put in, I always wash. Just make sure you cut everything out. And I'll warm hot water. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh, please. No, right? Grab my paper towel. Just kind of pat it down. There we go. So this is the back and this is the front. So we'll pour our meat in the front. And this is the best thing about coconut, banana leaves. When you find the hole, you can just lay over it.
How do you tell the difference between the front and the back of the banana leaf?
Oh, yeah, okay. You can see this edge. Oh, it's kind of hard to feel. See, and then you see inside. It's more easily to tear off, but the back is gonna stay where it is. Plus, the back is kind of little grayish, but the front is really creamy. I don't know if you can tell because it's been washed. There we go. And here's the meat. First, I have to check if my water boiling. Too much paper towel. I'll switch. Burner back is kind of weak. Okay. I have to make sure the water is boiling, or it's not boiling. And meanwhile, we can still play with the sauce. Ooh, look at this. Now it's really thick. The coconut milk. There we go. To wiki say, here's the meat. The water's going. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Meanwhile, when we're waiting for the water, let's go to my anti-grab. I want to show everybody my anti-grab. So move on to my anti-grab and wait for the water to boil. So anyway, here's my anti-grab, which is my husband collection from some of the islands. This is from Palau or Yap. Look at the way they're fanned. It's really different than Bonabin. I mean, this is Marshallese. Yeah, this is from Bombay. This is Marshallese. I think they can recognize that. These two. And this one, I like to show because my mom can just sit around and make this one. This one made out of coconut leaves. And this one too. And this made out of what's the name of that? Plants. Bandanas. It's the white part, the fine part. It's amazing the way that's another story, long story. I'll prepare it and make it that way. And this around here is coconut husk. Isn't that amazing? And of course, shells. This one from coconut, bandanas again. Coconut, that's just from Yap or Palau. Their basket. Made from coconut leaves. Coconut leaves. Isn't it amazing the way they're all carrying their food? Or anything, or even fish. Oh, this is really interesting. So you can, I don't even know, it's a cigarette holder. And this is my favorite one. I turned into my churi box, or my everything box. It's so made from the people of Porakia. the Polynesian people on the island of Pompeii. Look at all the detail. Isn't it amazing? And look at this. Gosh. And this. The back. You can just display, you know. But I use it for my own, you know, jewelry box. This is a tray. Another Boracay people. The special one on the island of Pompeii. And more from Boracay. And this one, you know, these are, you know, you can put your pot on, like a coaster. Oh, look at those coasters. Amazing. And, oh, I just want to show this. This is from the, it's one, I think it's African, but we grow that. It grow wild in Bombay too. Isn't that amazing? The way it's really hard. Okay, this one I learned how to make from the island of Saipan. We were on the island of Saipan for less than 2 years. So that's really special. I get it because lady, you know, show me how to do it. So anyway, hopefully that's what, oh, and this one, this is from Chuk. I don't know what, and then this one, I think you made in Chuk too. You can make a really amazing handicraft too. And of course, all of these, the fish, where are my other fish? The Boracay people make this and made out of mangrove trees. And there's a big one. It's a shark. Look at this one. It's fun to go to Pompeii and look at the Polynesian people and crafts. Our water is boiling. That was a perfect time to turn into an handicrafts. Pour it on the banana leaves. Isn't that beautiful? So clean and white. Okay, and you fold it up. This is the tricky part, but because I call myself a more professional. Fold it back.
Folding it like a burrito, but only better.
Yeah, there we go. Good way to call it. And look at this. Into the boiling pot. The mess. On the floor, but it worked. Oh my, the time goes fast. And then we cover it. Wait for like 15 or 20 minutes. And meanwhile, you can clean up after your mess. This is still good. This is really good. You just put that in the refrigerator.
How long can the banana leaves last?
How long the banana meat can last? I'm glad you bring up that because I would recommend, you can freeze it. I would recommend if you grate it and then freeze it, but not the what I see in Asian store, they would take up the skin and freeze it, and it's really difficult to grate it because it's kind of just mushy, you know. But if you buy it, the fresh one and grate it and, you know, freeze it, they will last you forever.
How long do the banana leaves
With the
last?
leaves.
Oh, banana leaves, again, that's very long time too. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You can just stick that and then back to the, in your refrigerator. And you can use it and use it over and over. And it's all gone. And we have to wait for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And then we pound it. It's a fun part. And you form it in a ball and drop in the sauce. Where's my list? Okay. It's really good. It's really bad. Ooh, look at that. There we go. And you just have to wait for the tapioca to be cooked. And you count it. And then mold it out, make it into a ball, and drop in that milk, coconut milk, and simmer it for a while, and then cover it, and ready to serve.
Can you tell us what that pounder is made out of?
The pounder, it made out of the coral. But the big coral, they will carve it. Yeah. But the way they make, this one is for hard taro. But the one that is, no, this is for breadfruit. I'm sorry. This is for breadfruit. But the one that's kind of little fatter, the anto, is for taro. The fatter one. But this is for breadfruit because when they found it, it's really unique. They can put their finger and make the pow, like a beautiful noise just from rolling there, and then they can make it's like a fireworks, noise. It's really cool. I wish.
Where was that one made?
This one my husband brought it from the island of Namin, our island of Chuk. Isn't that cool? I love it. Yeah, so they make all kinds of things. And it's something you can really tell what each individual which island come from. Those professional people, they know. But to me, they're all the same. But yeah, each island can recognize their own style for, I think, the top for sure. Yeah.
Are all of those different styles of pounders always made with coral?
Yeah, made out of coral rocks. Made from coral. Yeah. And then talking about because I'm gonna pound on this my cutting board. Each island have their own different way they carve the board where they will it's really unique. They will carve it so this can sit on. And some are flat, some are kind of like hollow, but not deep, just perfect. Make a pond. Yeah. Those are really, I wish people still making those. It's really beautiful. Even the lakes, right? It's really totally different. Each island has their own pace, right? They call that 4 lakes.
What kind of wood is it?
Made out of from breadfruit trees. Mhm. So that's what I know. I think our tapioca is done. Come and see how yellow is. It's so yellow. So I'm gonna take it and drain out the water. But I really like to use the foil pan to do the tapioca, just the way it's shaped and easy to control, for crating and squeezing it. I'm gonna just fish it out of the pond with my tongs, or just okay, here comes the main dish. Where's all the thumb?
Top rack. Dishwasher top rack.
Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay, here comes the baby. Oh no! See, this is the trouble part. Sorry, it's not cook. Okay. Oh well. There we go. Good. Meanwhile, I have to, because this is where I'm gonna use for bounding it. There we go. Very hot. Ugh. Here it comes. Here's our fountain. So just kind of fold it in. There we go. very hot.
Someone commented on Facebook that con is usually made with taro and breadfruit. Can you tell us a little bit why you're working with tapioca?
Reason why I do this is the only thing I can see, but that's what I grew up with. You know, and it's really, really kind of what to say, so tasty. But you can have it for breakfast. That's all. You know, we can have for breakfast. We go to church, make it fresh. But the taro and tapioca, it can. I mean, taro and breadfruit. It take lots of work, so it can be like dinner or lunch, because people have to you know, squeezing the milk, coconut milk. Oh, that's another huge process. It can take like 3 people, but this is how we do. And you just drop it in there. And I picked this because it's really easy. You can't find hard taro here. You can only find soft taro. And you can even find the breadfruit too. You have to really, you know, in Hawaii, those islands, oh, they're not. They call it, I don't know what should call, but I think they call the same thing. They call mutton. It's just like when you make dumpling, right?
So if you were using tapioca, or sorry, if you were using taro and breadfruit instead of tapioca, would this step be the same?
Oh, no, that's different. Because the way you cook the taro, totally different, because you have to take off the skin. So hard. Take off the skin and cut in pieces, or you cook it and take it out, and pounding it can take like 2 ladies, you know, together, and squeeze the coconut milk, and you know, you do it, and you get this, just doing the pounding, you know, around the ball. And it's a lot, so you know, it's a little tricky too. With doing the con, but the easy one, which is Chuki's use it. It's kind of like a they would just pound it, put in a bowl, you know, big plate, and then cut with their hands like the stars and pour the coconut milk on. And it's my favorite one when they're aging, which is I always tell my husband, you know why I love the dressing with mustards? Because it reminds me the next day of you know, of con, the nupen with coconut milk. Start boiling.
When you put them in the pan, do you put them all, can they touch each other, or do you try and keep them separate?
Separate. You're trying to separate. But you have to with your hands, because it's kind of hard to make a ball, you know. I should bring my own water. Look how, this is how it is. Just like I'm making a dumpling. and place it between. But real, taro, it can be 2-layer, big, or 3 layers, big one, what spatially. It's nothing better than homemade, but if you want to do just really common in Ponte, if you want to do the party, they usually make the baking one, and you pour in a pan and then put it. But this one is like my family, or everybody, use it for just for them, every day or first meal. Main meal for everybody. Yeah. But anyway, this is the result.
Wow.
I'm looking at the time. It's a lot of work, but that's how we do it. And when it's boiling, it bubble, not boil, bubble. You just cover it. For a few minutes and turn it off. And then you transfer into your special dish, which is that's the result.
Mark just wrote, "That's just amazing."
Hey, what?
Mark just wrote, "That's just amazing."
Yeah, we can whip it up in it's hard to do it, but I just want to show everybody what it's like that, as an island people, it's not an easy life. Making our food is hard and it takes a crew. And that's how we, our relationship with villages, just gather up and to cook, making our food. Only when we have a party, The main thing is funeral. That's another main thing on the island of Bombay. How much we get together and make food for just for funeral going on. That's the thing I miss the most. How we all do our participating with everybody on the island. And it's nice feeling to be part of it, or, put in your knowledge, or put in your, what you can cooperate with. It's so special. That's what I miss the most.
We have somebody who commented on Facebook from Jackie, "Looks delicious. Reminds me of going to church with my dad, right, Sonis?" Right used to be a very important leader within our organization.
Yeah, absolutely. After church, and then you can, you make it early in the morning, and then after finish, people invite you, and you go, and there it is, the fresh tapioca corn right there, and you just feel welcome and really dig into it, which is I'm going to show you everybody. This is how we eat. Very, very finger food. Nothing better than the taste of the banana leaves, the coconut milk. So homey to me. Yeah. Oh, I have to add one more bite.
They're so addictive, you could eat the entire thing if you're not careful.
Of what? Mm. We just cook it and eat it. We don't have to, leave it for, put it in the refrigerator or, You have leftover, invite people, come in, join us. Because we have fresh food. I miss my old days.
Can you tell us about the music you're playing?
Oh, that's what I've been using. Now we can play the Chugi's one. No, this one is one I've been using. It's about, this one is kind of fading out. Oh, how to do. It's a teenage, just a teenager child. He's one of these, and you sing about no matter where you are, just remember I'm here for you. That's how it about. Yeah. The last piece I want to show is, did I show you? Look at this Funabin basket. Isn't that cool? This is the spring basket we can take it for, picnic or hike from one village to the village and rest by the river and pull out your picnic meal. It's so special. And creepy.
What is that made out of?
Oh, it made out of coconut leaves too. And this ankle, it made out of sponge wood, right? With the one they use for us to make a roof. So you separate the separate stick at the meat. But I really like this. That's my things in there. I hope they're still making it. That's the really sad part. Just hoping they still make it. So cool. Thank you to my husband that he this is his handy grab when you go around. When you're on the island, you don't care, fall apart, make a new one. I think our time is up, right?
Well, is there anything else you'd like to share? I mean, it's your choice, so.
Anything else I want to share? Come here. This is I showed the coconut crater in your canoe. Polynesian. I just want, this is what we're gonna share. I'm gonna just share the coconut crater. Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go. I don't know if you can see it. But this is how, you sit on and
You're
create.
out of the screen.
Oh. See it?
You're still out of the screen. It's looking. Yeah, I think you need to reposition the camera.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that.
I'm not good. But anyway, yeah, this is it.
Oh, there's a horse.
Oops.
Yeah, it looks like a horse. You sit on it and grate the coconut.
We actually have somebody in about probably about a week or two who's going to be showing us how to use the horse from the Kapingam Renge community.
Who made that one?
Oh, Kapimarangi, yeah. The Kapimarangi community, you know, island make this. Just for handicraft, just for play, but you can still sit on it. It's very strong, solid. And this is their beautiful canoe they made out of mango trees. I just couldn't believe how much the detail, how to make this to be round, the stick. It's like a toothpick, right? And they make the seating and the battle. This is, as I said, like you get those a sailboat or some canoe. They're sailing. And my favorite part is to sit on this part when I was little.
What
Everybody
island
made
is this from?
this is Kapimarangi.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, those people are amazing. And this one is from Chuk. Their canoes are more almost like kind of similar to Yappies, Satawa, Unities, because of this. I don't know how they call that. So different than Polynesian. And I love the design. There's so much detail, you know, on this part. Then more seating. Yeah, different seating than the Polynesian. But yeah, this is from Chuk. I don't know what part of the island of Chuk made this. Yeah. There we go. We should be hanging up. Mm. I like the design that they put on. There we go. So hopefully everybody like it. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the show.
I think everybody did. We had a lot of hearts and a thumbs up, and people were a few comments that were on the Facebook pages. I was monitoring all of them. I really want to say thank you for spending your afternoon with us and showing.
Thank you so much. I just want to show a little piece of how hard it is to make our food back home. It's not easy. Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for having me.
Yep, thank you. For everybody else who's watching, we just finished showing how to make corn from tapioca. That was amazing, as well as I had a chance to look at some handicrafts. Feel free, if you've just joined us now, to watch our Facebook after it's finished recording, and join us for our other events that we'll have throughout the rest of the month for taking back Micronesian Pacific Islander from Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We have a few events planned and we hope you join us. And if you have something you'd like to showcase, whether it's cooking, some cooking or other demonstrations, we're looking for folks who'd be willing to share their stories. Thank you again.
Thank you.